Deborah Callahan, and today I'd like to introduce you to a very special person, Isabel Bolivar. Isa is a Colombian shaman from the coffee region of Colombia, and she's here today to talk to us about how to live your life fully. Welcome, Isa.
Hi, Debbie, and thank you for your invitation.
So today, Isa, I'd like to ask you, I'd like to start with just one question. So if you were to find out that you were going to die, let's say Friday, what would the three pieces of wisdom that you would like to leave with everyone?
Okay, the three things that I can tell people from my experience is first, do not think everything so serious like it is. Life is more an adventure. Do not be in fear. Do not live your life in fear. And the third thing that I can say is don't make plans don't make plans and postpone your life. Your plan should be a short time plan and not postponing how you live or what you do or your dreams. This is the three things that I will say.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. So to not take life too seriously, if you encounter someone who's going through a very difficult event, what would your response? How do you explain that to them? Don't take it seriously.
Well, I think if we take life seriously, because since we were very young, because we were from our families and the culture itself, we've been told to certain rules, to certain things to follow this. So it became very serious for us. Like everything have a process. Like you go to school, you graduate, then you get married, then you got a job, then you have kids, and we are going through life thinking that this is the way to live, but it's not that serious because it doesn't have to go exactly to that. Think about when you go to the amusement park. You don't go so serious and don't try everything. You go, you enter, you have fun, you try this ride, you try this other ride. And instead they go A, B, C, D, because sometimes, the universe is very intelligent and show us different ways to do this, but because our head and all ourselves are only creating this a square environment, like we cannot leave this beliefs, this box. So we start to become very serious because for other people it is easy. Like everything doesn't work for everybody the same, and this is how also competition starts. And competition is not good. We're not here to compete. We're here to live. So when I see that somebody's life is going according to the program and mine is not, it's nothing wrong. It's because you have another type of ride, another adventure, another thing that you need to go for your own self, because we all here learning. And of course, my learning have nothing to do with my, even my brothers and sisters learning. You here as a unique person, so your adventure is different. And this is what I say, if you have certain age and you haven't get married or you haven't had kids, it's not so serious. It's because maybe your path and your adventure is different.
Okay. So that basically ties in with not having any plans, not making plans.
Yes, yeah. Plans are very serious. Let's see, when you set up in a plan and you're not flexible, this create difficulties in people because you cannot change your plan. Now you set up in this plan and now you think you change the plan. This is going to be something that is not going to work for you. And instead they think that you have 10 other doors to open for your plan and you can go around seeing it different, but because you only set you head in that plan, you only open that door and miss all these other infinite opportunities that you can have. to maybe achieve more. So you are achieving very little to be so set in something and do not achieve something even bigger.
Right.
So this is the plan. The plans are good, but you cannot make plans stop in your life. You know, you need to make the difference. You have to know the difference.
Right. So I get, you limit yourself to opportunities if you're not flexible.
Yes.
Yeah, I so get that. So Isa, now can we talk about fear and the types of fear that you see people moving through?
But one of the fears that we have, basically, mostly people, is to die.
Mm.
So when you are afraid to die, you don't live fully, because you have to get to the understanding that we are going to die in any moment.
Mm-hmm.
So if I am afraid to die, I'm afraid to live. So I'm not doing what I have to do. So also people think they, like what happened in this time now, this is what we test a little bit. We test a little bit that we can die in any moment. There are family and friends can die in any moment, but it's always been like that. So this is like a test. We are seeing very close, and we are a little bit in fear of that, which is not good, because we can stop our life afraid to die. So we are afraid to live, and we, close ourselves to end possibilities of being here. But also another fear that is very common is the fear of failure. So
Yes.
people have failure fear. And instead, like, let's say you work for 25 years in a company, you great employee, you made the best bonus, but your fear is to leave this job to become your own boss, because you are afraid to failure. Like, I'm not going to make it. But if you make it for 25 years for somebody for a paycheck, what makes you think that you're not going to make it on your own? Now I'm working for me, I have to be even better. So this fear of failure is stopping you for your greatness purpose in this life, because we are here to be ourselves, to find ourselves. Like, when you get up in the morning, you get up totally knowing who you are. And then it's not failure anymore, because you know who you are. And when you get up every day to go to a place where you consider you work, but you enjoy, and it's your passion, you don't work anymore. You are living the best, the best of you, the best version of yourself. So this is a feel of failure. And even if you have to go through failure, so then it's not because you're going to be like lying on the floor and not getting up from there. Now you're going to know your deepest strength, your deepest desires to be the best, and you're going to get up from that knowledge, and not start from zero, but start for all that you have to go through and be even better. Because this is the idea. The universe give you this test, not for you to fail and not get up from the floor. These tests are designed for you to show the best of you. Like, I am even better than when I fell down, and you move to another adventure. But we don't take always like that. We think this is the end. I cannot come out from this. And another fear that people have is the fear of love.
Oh, the fear of love?
Yeah, the fear of love, because when you love honestly from your soul, you have to be very courage. You have to put everything there. You cannot be afraid. So, like, people always play games with love, because I'm afraid I cannot give everything, or people run for love. When they found real love, they run, because you need to be very courage to put all yourself in this feeling, and maybe do not come out in the best way that you think. Maybe you're going to be a failure too. So that failure scares you, because it's my heart. I'm not going to put it there. And sometimes another thing that people that do not understand is that we are here on earth to experience love. So you go to relationships just tasting a little bit of this love, because you're afraid to test the whole thing and navigate in this and put your heart there, because my heart is going to be broken. But you know how many beautiful things come out after a broken heart? It's even beautiful, because you take everything that you need to heal this heart, and you learn to love yourself. Every time that you have a broken heart, what your job is to learn to love yourself. So you put all this pain and all the despair into love. You transform it in love for yourself. And then this experience start to be less and less, because you're going to attract not people to hurt you, but people who are healed like you. And you're not going to be afraid to love anymore, because love should not give us fear. Love is the highest vibration of all, and everything is united there.
So what if some people never heal from their heartbreak, and they just keep repeating the pattern and repeating the pattern because they're afraid of being? Some people, from my experience, shut down even further after getting their heart broken, instead of loving themselves and moving on, and attracting someone who also loves themselves. Some people are even more shut down.
Debbie, our heart space do not know about those games and those things. Like you found in YouTube now, like a lot of videos of people teaching, like, okay, so if he didn't call you in 3 days, then he call you, don't call in a week. Our heart space doesn't know anything about this. It's no games there. It's only love. It's nothing else. So these games are hurting us, thinking the love is all this. The love is and a status. The love is something like love is like a vibration. And then when you don't know this, you play all these games. Yes, it's very hard to have a heartbreak. It's to see yourself in pieces. But you know what? This only tell you, let me explain something. You cannot give somebody something that you don't have. So if you understand this as an energy and vibration, like I understand it, it's like if I already healed for many heartbreaks, if I already understood my value, if I already understood how I can bring in a relationship everything that I can bring, and I am not going to attract nothing less. I'm going to attract somebody that is equally like me. This is all about healing. We all have to heal our relations, because guess what? Our relations are part of whatever relation we have with our mothers. So when the relation that we have with our mothers is the reflection, the relations we want to have, especially in all type of relations are related with our mother. So we have to heal that. But this is like another talk. But just talking about love, how you're going to experience love. Let's see, when you only put your finger there and you taste it, like a little bit, and instead they put your hand, let me just go all the way there. Oh yes, I'm going to come from with my heartbreak. But also, if when you know that you know what is love, and you meet people, you already know you will not waste time like that anymore. All these breaks that you have through your life is only to heal yourself, to know your value, to transform all that pain in love for yourself, so you can give it to others. This is if you don't understand this pattern, you're going to repeat it, because the universe is like, okay, you don't understand what is love. You don't understand what is love. Love is not this. Let's go back to the culture. I hear people that I ask, and why you haven't get married? Oh, because my boyfriend haven't been able to give me the right size ring that I have. Love doesn't have to do anything with rings. Love doesn't understand it. You have the biggest or smallest ring. If you get married and any type of a special place, if you have, all these things are things that we are confused about love. And because we are here to experience love, we already come from the source, so for the higher self. So we don't have to experience totally this unconditional love, because we come from there. We come from the unconditional love of the universe. What we're here to experience is this type of love, who are transform us, who are make us better. And remember that no, you cannot give anything to others that you already don't give to yourself.
So that's so profound, because I think that's a big part of living fully, is learning how to love. If people would like to find out more about you or to work with you, where can they find you online, Isa?
Okay, I use my name for all the social media. So I have in Facebook is Isabel Cristina Bolivar. My page is www.isabolivar.com, and you also can find me in Instagram.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Debbie.
Take care.
Take care. You too.
Bye.